A bit of an update on the rotary fun. I was out doing a road tune the other day and the exhaust bypass valve literally exploded off the car. It was crazy, it sounded awesome. The valve actually bent open and the motor that drives it literally just snapped off. I'll show you a look. So check this out. It just fell apart. Yeah, these valves are shit. Back to the drawing board. So I've been at work all day designing this. I call it the Cavinator valve because it's built like a Terminator, but it's built by Cav. So it's a Cavinator valve, indestructible. Now, the old plate, the actual valve plate, which is here, it actually freaking bent. And all this is doing is just blocking the dump valve after the dump pipe on the turbo. Alright, this is not a wastegate. Alright, don't anyone get confused with that. So many people get confused with wastegate and exhaust dump. Alright, this is basically a delete exhaust, bypass exhaust valve. But the pressure behind it literally bent that, so I'm going to reinforce it with some plate. And not only did it bend the plate, but it snapped that other thing clean in half. So I got a new design. It's a grub screw motor. I had to TIG it on to my shaft. I have actually changed the dump from the main feed to the offset feed. And I put a little bend on that as well once I'm finished. Let's get this bit done. Cavinator test valve open and close. Yeah. Cavinator valve is finished. Time to fit her up.
Tell me exactly what am I supposed to do now that I have allowed you to beat me? Do you think that we could play another game? Maybe I couldn't win this time. I kinda like the misery you put me through. Darling, you can't trust me completely. If you even try to look the other way, I think then I could kill this time.
Gotta love just a little bit of Disturbed. Alright, so we've got the Cavinator valve installed and ready to go. We need to do some adjustments but to the ECU. The ECU actually controls when the valve opens and for how long the power is pulsed to open and close the valve. Now this is dependent on the exhaust bypass valve button here, this one. So it has 3 settings. So it's partially open, fully open, or closed. And the way that works is I have a map set up to pulse power through it, and we can see our 3 positions here, 0, 1, and 2. So 0 operates on a different circuit, so there's no on setting here. Setting 1 here, you can see a timer runs for 0.2 hundredths of a second and then switches the power off. So this is a partially open valve, and then to fully open it, when I press the button again, it'll go to position 2, which will then will pulse the power for 1.5 seconds to fully open the valve. Then when I hit to 0, the polarity is reversed. This table is then active, and then the timer runs under 0 for 2.1 hundredths of a second to close the valve. So that's all been adjusted now. Let's fire this puppy up and see how she runs. Let's try this valve, see if it works. Works good, but it's a little bit too loud on partially open, so I'm going to make some adjustments. Okay, so now partially open valve, it should only pulse the power for 1/100th of a second. So let's see how that sounds. slightly a bit more adjusting. But I'm pretty happy with the result now. Let's check it out. So that's partially open. Fully open. And closed. Yeah! Cabinator valve! So if you like that video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll make more.